helped me go to college. When in college, my mom and dad told me stories. They didn't just tell me stories. I had the privilege of being the commencement speaker for my mom's university on her 50th reunion, and this is the frustrating things about mamas. Is my mom looked at me and she had the dinner before the speech, and I don't know what it is about mothers that you could become a grown man at 40 years old and you could be the mayor of a city and they still treat you like you're 12. She said to me in that dinner, "Come here, boy, come here," and started pulling me around by her hand. And I'm like, "Oh, Mom, I'm a mayor, Mom. You're ruining my image." And she took me from table to table. And she said, "You've got to meet these folks. This is the person that ran our voter registration drives. This is the person that led the boycotts of the stores that weren't serving blacks." It was almost like she was saying, "Pay attention, boy, pay attention. This person fought for you. They struggled for you. They sacrificed for you. This wasn't about black voter rights or black civil rights. This was about American rights, about human rights, about the rights of a citizen of this nation." As I got older, they reminded me of the clear truth. Marching in Selma, marching in Birmingham, marching on Washington, there were blacks and whites, Latinos and Asians. There were Jews and Christians and Muslims. There were gay folks and straight folks all marching for justice in America. And they told me that you need to remember this. From the beaches of Normandy, where there were black folks and white folks and straight folks and gay folks, you need to remember this. When people were fighting to expand the promise of this country, it took everybody involved because we knew we were all in it together. That deep and real African proverb was clearly true in our history that says if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. So now, it's time we go together. Because the dream of America is still just as urgent. The injustice in America is still just as real. We are not finished with this nation yet. The words of our founders, liberty and justice for all, are still aspirational as long as there is a person in this country that does not enjoy the same rights as their brother or their sister when it comes to voting rights, when it comes to marriage rights, when it comes to civil rights, when it comes to Social Security and tax law and visitation and adoption. As long as there are two classes of citizenship, we have work to do. There is an urgency. This is a mission. It's not a gay mission or a straight mission. It's not a black mission or a white mission. This is the American mission. And the front lines of this battle are not clearly demarcated on any map. They run through neighborhoods and towns all over this nation. As long as there are children in pain in their own neighborhoods and communities, reluctant and fearful just to tell the truth of who they are. As long as there are two people in love that stand before God and their fellow man, but yet cannot declare themselves married just like their brothers and sisters. As long as this humiliation is heaped upon people who refuse to be victims, know they will be victors, we have work to do to get to that point. This is the call. I tell you, I see this in New Jersey. In my state right now, we're battling in that trench. New Jersey, like every state, is a front line to this fight. But I am a prisoner of hope. I know what my history shows me. That no man, no person, no people, no organization can stand in the way of this country as it marches to freedom, opportunity, and equality. And I'm going to declare right now that the state of New Jersey, with all the fiber of my being, with my allies left and right, that we will ensure that marriage equality is signed into law in the state of New Jersey. And when that bill is signed, I may have a very good seat for it. And so, I want to end with a call to my countrymen. I want to end with an appeal to our common ancestry of spirit. I want to end, as my ancestors did, with a firm demand and a common conviction conveyed in spirit and in blood and in sweat and determination and relentlessness and an indefatigable resistance against all oppression. I want to end with what my parents tried to teach me every single day, not just with their words, but with their examples. My mom and dad would put my brother and I to bed at night, and they would read to us stories from our ancestry about champions of American history, about the great men and women from all races and all backgrounds who afforded me the privileges that I did not earn. My parents would tell me, son, you drank deeply from wells of freedom and liberty and opportunity that you did not dig. You eat lavishly from banquet tables that were prepared for you by your ancestors. My parents would tease me and say, son, you have a choice in life. You can just sit back consuming all that was put before you, getting fat, dumb, and happy. Or you can let these blessings metabolize in your body and fuel you forward. They wanted me to understand that the democracy I enjoy did not just happen. As King said, change does not just roll in on the wheels of inevitability. It must be carried in on the backs of soldiers. They wanted me to understand that all who have the privilege to call themselves Americans have an obligation, because this democracy is not a spectator sport. That the music, the anthem of our country, when it plays, you gotta get your back up off the wall and get into the game, get on the floor and do your work in the cause of liberty, because it is never done as long as one person is denied the rights that you aspire to enjoy. And so, my parents would read to me the words of a Thomas Jefferson, the writings of a Frederick Douglass, and the poetry of our ancestors. Allow me to take a liberty today that I have taken one other time, and that was at the Democratic National Convention. I was so energized to be a part of a convention that was historic in first recognizing within its platform the truth that I had felt in my heart for my life, that we must recognize the equal rights under the law, the 14th Amendment, in every area, including the right to marriage. I'm so proud of my president for all he's done in this cause, and I will work until the last hour to see President Barack Obama reelected. Stand with Obama because I stand for equality. Whether it's a woman's right to make the same money when she works the same job as a man, or whether it's somebody to serve in the military, no matter who they are, no matter who they love, if they have courage, if they have commitment, and if they have the capacity, I want them out there keeping America safe. And so as I stood there in North Carolina, I recited the poem of my childhood. And I'll recite it now, taking a liberty, if you may, to change one word that you will recognize when I do. It's a poem by a hero of mine named Langston Hughes. My parents read it to me by my bedside for the first time, and it ends like this. It says, "Oh, let America be America again. The land that never has been yet, but yet must be. The land where everyone is free. The poor man, the Indian, the Negro, and the LGBT. Who made America? Whose sweat and blood, whose faith and pain, whose hand at the foundry and plow in the rain must make our mighty dream live again. Oh yes, I say it plain. America never was America to me, but I swear this oath, America will be. My brothers and my sisters, my soulmates of spirit, it is now time that we go out from this place again and wake up the spirit of our countrymen and women, that we tell them that we are here to help you remember from whence we came. We are here to let you know that all of us hold these truths to be self-evident. We need to wake people up and let them know that we are one nation under God, indivisible. We must wake up the spirit that recognizes that all people are created equal and endowed by their Creator with inevitable and rights. And the most important of those inalienable rights is the right to say, I am an American and I enjoy true equality under the law with my brothers and sisters, that we are all first class. And the campaign that we talk about will continue until that day becomes a reality. Thank you very much.